we were trying to figure out how to tell people that we were having a baby. So Eitan went up to a student and said, we're getting our dog Salem, a younger sibling. And the student who loves our dog said, oh yay, can I come and play with it? And Eitan said, yes, will you still love it even if it's human? So that was a fun way of telling everyone about this little guy.
For Purim, we tried to come up with a creative costume. So we decided to dress up as the American-Israeli relationship.
So basically, I was wearing an American flag and Dana was wearing an Israeli flag throughout the night.
And we're always arm in arm.
Yeah.
Joe had never built a snowman before, so we built a snowman and it was fun and great, and we were like, this snowman is missing something. So we went into Hillel, we used the computers, and we printed out a picture of Erez.
And we found a carrot. A really long one.
Yeah, like an especially long one. And we put the picture of Erez on the snowman, and we put the carrot, like obviously, where the nose is, and then we sent a picture to Erez, who was so mad, kind of.
So he kind of got back at us. In the morning, he came out gloomy.
And he told us he got fired. And then I started bawling my eyes out. It was horrible, horrible. He's like, it's unprofessional, and they don't think they can take me seriously. And I was like, and they're like, look, even if my own students don't respect me. And I was like, blah, 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 blah. And then it turned out that Erez was joking, and it was the least funny joke of my whole life.
So I think I was the vice president of Jewish Life, and I had this vision of creating like a semi-formal at Hillel, so we came up with Macabal. So me and a few other people headed the whole thing. And, like everyone dressed up in their, like homecoming dresses, and it was kind of like a Hillel formal. And it was just so much fun. We had a DJ there, and everyone was just hanging out, and it was like a party, but with all of your Hillel friends, and it was very fancy. So I think that was probably it was like our whole friend group all together.
One of the other memories I had was our involvement with pro-Israel and free speech related issues on campus. Having just studied abroad
You did more pro-Israel, I did more free speech and interfaith work.
Yes. I very much appreciated the work Allie was doing in terms of bringing people together, to talk about commonalities, shared faith, shared religions, shared values, and those types of things. And I certainly, because I was in the pro-Israel camp, sort of got lumped to, sort of more of a partisan side, but
You were more partisan, and I was working on bringing all the partisans together.
That works.
So I brought you along. You still are game for whatever I ask you to do.
Yeah, pretty much, so.
So we both went to Hillel a lot to study and do work, and we later found out that we both would go to Hillel a lot more than we probably would have, just to see if we would run into each other.
And to drink coffee.
He's an addict now.
The summer after our junior year, we went to Israel together, and by the end of that summer, we knew that we wanted to be married. Of course, there was nowhere we wanted to be married more than in Hillel, and so the plans were made for us to marry that April at Hillel at the University of Illinois.
April 4th, 1971.
I remember that day so well. And so as we walked down the aisle and as we went to say our vows, we were in this beautiful new carpeted Hillel, the old Hillel with a smaller rounded sanctuary, but renovated in 1971, right before we got married. That day was very, very special. Our friends held the chuppah. Rabbi Eddie Feld married us. His wife Merle, who was also very dear to us, was there to share the day with our college friends who were still in school and our families and friends from far away. Even though it's 46 years ago, it is as vivid in my mind today as it was on the day of that wonderful simcha.
I too have very, very clear, vivid memories of that day. The one that stands out for me more than the carpeting, quite honestly, is that moment when Lynn walked into the sanctuary to walk down the aisle to begin the ceremony for our wedding. And the way she looked, the dress, the smile, the whole scene with the people that we loved so much being nearby, It was just such an amazing moment, and it is seared in my memory. And it brought tears to my eyes at the time, and it kind of brings tears to my eyes just thinking about it. And it was the beginning of what has been a wonderful trip that has gone by way too fast. But Hillel was such an instrumental part in that whole time of our lives, and was absolutely the perfect and appropriate place for us to get married.